Welcome to the Post for All Season Sports Show. I'm Rubenstein here again with Dave Raese. And Dave wanted to get into a subject that we really haven't been able to discuss between the NCAA basketball and the Craig Turnbull discussion that we had last week. But the landscape of college athletics is certainly changing with the decision coming out in Illinois allowing the Northwestern football players to unionize. And I guess I want to start off on a different note. You're king of the NCAA or president or what have you, and you're in charge. Anything you say goes. Costs, personnel, any of those factors are not into play. You have complete reign over what you want to do with changing the landscape of college athletics.
I like that job. I'll take it.
What are the first items on your to-do list if you're in that position?
Well, I think, the unionization of the players and stuff, it has come to the point now where I think that an awful lot is being, placed upon these players. And not only, scheduling-wise, with practices and all games all during the week, longer schedules and things like that, but just the stress. There is a lot of pressure put on these young kids to go out there and play a football game when millions of dollars might be riding on the outcome of the games and things, and I just don't know if that's the right thing to do right now. I know when they get the professionals, they have that same pressure, but at least they are being paid for it. And here they're not being paid. They're not getting hardly anything. And they say, well, you get a college education, which as they continue to increase the price of it, yes, but are you able to major in all of the fields that you would like? Do afternoon labs conflicting with football practice, what takes precedence? And I don't know on that stuff. So I think if I were king, I would reduce it back down to 10 games and try to get it back to where it's more of student athletes and not the professional. It's just become a farm system for the NFL, and also it's become, a television big thing. It's just too much emphasis, too much money is being spent on it.
That's interesting. So it sounds like you do sympathize with the student athletes' point of view here, at least a little bit.
Yeah, these kids go to college, so they're not, stupid, and they see the university making, tons of money on number 3 or number 5, and the kid says, hey, that's the shirt I'm wearing. People are buying it because I like it, but I'm not getting out of it. So, I think was it Ed O'Bannon, the basketball player from UCLA, is suing, I don't know, was the NCAA or...
For EA Sports, I think, in particular, for the video games.
Game, yeah. So, there's a lot of people out there that, take advantage of these kids and make money off them, and they're not getting a cent out of it.
But I guess looking at it from that point of view, is there any way to make college athletics less interesting? Because there is so much money in it because of the level of interest. It's kind of gotten to a point of view where I don't know how you'd go about relieving some of the stress, because it is pretty much in terms of importance and what the fans and the donors demand. It's getting up there close to professional sports, and to start peeling that back, that'd be a tough proposition.
Well, but where does it end if you don't? I say it can go this way, it can continue to go this way, but then, I don't think it's going to end up in a good situation. It's similar to states now that are, they're passing all the bills and laws to legalize gambling in just about any kind of form because there's tax money to be gained of it. But is it the right thing to do? And then as the more and more they get reliant on the tax money from this gambling, the more reliant they come on it, so they can't give it up. And I think college athletics and colleges are getting that way now, where they've been starting to rely on the TV money and the boosters money and things like that. And it's, when do you stop? And I think they're in the wrong direction. I think it's, hurt colleges. I think it's hurt universities. Some of the athletic scandals have hurt universities when they've had them. It's a black eye. We've had our issues at this school, with personnel decisions and things like that. So, I think it's the wrong direction, and sooner or later it may take a group of universities to all do it together, I think, but hopefully they will.
It's certainly a discussion we've had where big-time college athletics as they are nowadays and higher education were probably two worlds that were never meant to coexist, and they're trying to, and I don't know that there's been any efforts to remove those two from one another. So you were hitting on it. 10, 15 years down the road, where is this taking us? You say it's a slippery slope and it's a scary direction, but where do you see things proceeding with just in light of everything that's happened here?
Well, I don't see them changing, to be truthful. I think that things will continue on, and they'll probably have more regular season games, and maybe they're going to have obviously a national championship playoff. They'll probably try to redo something with football like they do with March Madness. And I don't see an end to it, to be truthful, because I don't think the presidents will stand up to it, and TV's behind it, and it's just there's a lot of big corporations and money to be made, and I think the only question will be is whether the players finally get some part of the pie, and I think that's the only question that's left out there.
And if the university decide money's not the most important thing, which if that decision's made, then things could change. But until if and when that comes to be, I think you're probably right. Things are going to keep going in the direction they are. But Dave, appreciate your time once again. Please continue to check thedpost.com for the latest on the Mountaineers. Thanks for watching today.